Hello? I've done acid. I always do this. Rebecca will, invite me to do this, and I'll just go, just pick one. I'll pick any, just give me the theme, and I'll figure some way to connect the song to the theme. So I had a more direct connection though this time. My wife had bought us all like passes to get on the master's classes or for the Christmas holiday, so you can go online. And I was watching Neil Gaiman's, who I love, Neil Gaiman the writer, like creative writing class, and he was talking about that he said, I think it was the guy from the Grateful Dead, Jerry Garcia, that came up with this quote where he said all his mistakes ultimately wound up being his style. That was his style. All mistakes are style. And Neil Gaiman said, and I would tell people this, and they would say, I don't ever remember hearing that quote from him. So he Googled it, and the only person he ever saw saying it was himself, like saying it on that master class. But I did, so he added, and the way I tie this to music is if, for instance, if the Beatles had perfectly been able to match what their influences were, they would never have been the Beatles. If they had been able to perfectly play African American music, they would never have become what they became. And Neil Gaiman did, here, hold on, I got a quote here. And his quote about mistakes was, he wrote another one in a book here. I hope that in this year to come you make mistakes, because if you are making mistakes, then you are making new things. Trying new things, learning, living, pushing yourself, changing your world. You're doing things you've never done before, and more importantly, you're doing something. And so this music, I always played like pop music, and when we started, Anna and I met and started making this kind of music, I was really trying to write French accordion music, because I used to play a French accordion repertoire quite a bit, and I thought, God, I can write these tunes. And if I could, and I always wanted to write like Debussy and Satie, and if I had been able to perfectly do that, I probably would have been happy. But I do what I do what I do, and I kind of took it my own way, and I couldn't do it as well as they did it, so I came up with this sound. So this music, I'll say one more thing about it before. But I'm starting to we've made a couple records together, Ann and I, and usually we have upright bass and harp with us, but we've done plenty, just the two of us. And now we're working on a third record called Ignis Fatui, which translates as Foolish Fire. And I'm making these dioramas that go with each song, and I'm taking stereo photos so you can see, use the little stereo viewers. So I brought one because I made a little mock-up of one, and I'll pass it. You should look at it. While we are playing this song, you should look at this. If you don't know how to use these, just kind of start. And then they're going to have a poem on the back, and they're going to have 10 of them. It's crazy, but let's try it. They're beautiful. Look at it. So this song is called April Idol, and I got the idea for this song, the concept for the artwork, from reading a Bruno Schultz book, who's my favorite writer in the world. And he had this story where he got lost on a night running back to get his father's wallet to go into the theater, and he just loses track. The whole city just divides itself. He's lost, and it's this April-type night. The winter starts to give way, and he smells these violets. And I pictured him coming upon a scene like a little pagan ritual where there'd be this April idol. And so, here it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2. Thank you. Anna Lee Roberts.